All right. Good morning, everyone. It is wonderful. I was going to say to see you, but I don't have that luxury. I hope that you guys are having a great day. Had a great weekend. I've had a great couple of weeks. I have really missed you. Real quick, I'm going to let you know while I'm talking. There's actually a time delay that's going on for me. It's about almost 5 seconds when things actually happen after I've said them. I've got a TV on my side, so I'm able to see what I'm doing. And at the same time, I've still got that little bit of a time delay, but we're going to have fun with it anyway. First off, I'll let you guys know the reason why I'm not there, just real quick. So I mentioned it before when I was teaching there at the gym, and I still am, is that because of the state stuff, all the mandates and whatnot, the gym was asking basically you had to wait 3 to 5 days after coming back off of the mainland or any inter island flights even before you got tested, and then you had to wait for the test results before you could go back in and start teaching again. Well, with Thanksgiving, everything else, I decided that rather than deal with all the testing, which they're actually going to be pulling those tests, right? Because they're not accurate. Um, Rather than doing that, I was just going to take the 10 days off myself away from the gym. Unfortunately, I am missing all of you guys, and I wanted to be able to jump back in as quick as possible. That's why we're doing it this way. Now, I'm used to doing this on Zoom, which is where I get the feedback. I can actually see you guys on my screen and everything else. This is the first time that I've done it with YouTube Live, which is the only way that I found where I could actually stream it into the gym, just because you have to have an account set up on the TV, a personal account, and everything else. So I figured that this was the easiest, safest, and cleanest way for us to go about things. Um, I'm missing all of you guys. What is it? We got Jam, we got her sister over in there. Rachel, I'm sure, is over there. Ava's hiding back in the corner. Judy holding up your door. Rachel, I miss all of you guys and stuff. I am really, truly looking forward to getting back with you. So for now, I'm literally having to make believe that you're right here in front of me so that we can enjoy this time together. I really also appreciate the fact that you guys have continued on throughout this. I did stop by the gym. I talked with Mikey real quick. He said that a number of you have been coming to the classes. That is so awesome. I know it's definitely not the same thing watching a video in comparison to being with a real person. And at the same time, you guys care so much about your health, your well being, your happiness, your joy, that you were willing to do that. I give you huge props, huge kudos for that. Uh, so let's go ahead. Let's just dive on into things. I hear that you guys are already up against your wall. So let's go ahead and pull ourselves up nice and tall. You're going to bring up your heels. You're going to bring up your backside. Let the shoulders roll on down. Bring your chin on up a little bit higher. Sit. God, that feels good. I miss this. Bring your eyes on up. Make them nice, wide, and expansive. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just allow yourself to smile. Allow yourself to feel good. You know, during the time that I was gone, I definitely practiced these things. I fit them in where I could. I was back on the mainland seeing friends, family. I got to go to some great places. Went to Arizona where they have literally no mandates going on. People are taking care of themselves in the way that they see fit. I actually one night at a friend's house, less than a block away. All of a sudden, I heard this big uproar. There was a field, baseball field over there, and they were having a baseball game. And you could hear the high school band out there playing. You could hear all the friends and family all coming together, just having all the great time. You would not believe how my heart just how it expanded, how happy it made me feel. I want you to feel that good right now. I want you to allow yourself to feel that good right now. I want you to think about the people that you surround yourself, not only in this moment, but all throughout your life. How much joy that you get to have with them, how much you get to celebrate simply your friendship, who you are, those connections that you make. And as you're doing that, I want you to think about three things that you're grateful for. Three things that bring a smile to your face, joy to your heart, make everything worthwhile. And just enjoy that for yourself. And as you allow yourself to fill on up with that, why don't you go ahead and bring yourself on over to your mats, get yourself all set up. We'll dive on in. I'll be right back. Terrific. I hope that everyone's made their way to the back. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and dim the lights, whatever is right for you. I know that you guys have been taking great care of yourself during this time. I want you to continue on doing that. Once again, I will be back in there on Friday morning. I am looking forward to that. So wherever you happen to be right now, I want you to bring yourself back into that wonderful position, pulling yourself up nice and tall. Literally feel yourself extending, lengthening, growing where you're at. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, deep down into your belly, feeling your pelvis, feeling your stomach expand, feeling yourself grow. And as you breathe on out, just settling on in. I want you to go ahead and lift your chin slightly on up, and then we're going to go ahead and bring it forward and back. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to focus right here, right there at your throat. Use that as your axis point. Use that as the place that you pivot, your fulcrum. And as you do so, find yourself opening up more and more, breathing easier and easier. Go ahead and bring your head straight on up, keeping your chin slightly above level. Go ahead and bring your head off to one side and then the next. Once again, focusing right there at the front of your throat. Pivoting, moving side to side easily and naturally. So go ahead and bring your head straight on up. Then we're going to go ahead and bring it on forward, up to one side, and continue around. Now, as you do, I want you to go ahead and just adjust how you're standing. Notice where the weight is in your feet. And noticing how things just get easier and easier for yourself to be able to breathe, be able to let go. Let's go in reverse directions. And as a matter of fact, every direction that your head points to, every part of that body that your head touches upon, you can feel that part of you just letting go, relaxing, dropping down, feeling your shoulders, your back, your chest, just letting it all down on in. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and bring our head straight on up. Then we're going to go ahead and allow our hands to rise up to either side. Once they're there, go ahead and bring those fingertips in. Thumbs on up. Rotate those elbows in underneath, shoulders down and back. Allow yourself to lift a little bit higher. And then begin rotating up, back, and around. Now, as you do so, I want those hands to pull apart from each other. I want you to be able to open up more and more. Create more space in that shoulder joint. Create more space inside of yourself. Find things becoming easier and easier. You don't have to force it. As a matter of fact, the more that you allow it, the easier it happens for you. Breathing in, growing, rising. You can go ahead and just allow those hands to come floating all the way down to your sides. While the shoulder blades remain down into that back line, bring those hands up, right up in front, intertwine those fingers, and then begin rotating those wrists around and around. And as you do so, you can incorporate those fingers, those hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, up into the triceps, shoulders, back, whatever feels right for you. Time to be playful, time to be curious. What can you do to allow yourself to feel absolutely wonderful right now? Let's go to reverse directions. Bring it all the way through. Knowing that you've discovered all that flexibility in that one aspect of yourself, in that one direction. And you can allow that to occur right here and now in other ways as well. Easier and easier, better and better. Let's begin waving those arms up through, reaching on up. Stretching, letting that float all the way down the side of your body, down through your soles, back on up that other side, finding yourself extending, reaching, growing. And continue on through. Breathing, finding yourself firmly planted back onto your heels a bit. Find yourself growing taller and taller. Let's go in reverse directions. Down to those ribs, through your soles, up the other side, reaching higher and higher, feeling better and better, letting yourself grow and expand with each and every breath. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and bring those thumbs, pinkies together. Thumbs coming into the sternum. We're going to go ahead and extend straight on out, opening in between the shoulder blades. Same time, bringing your weight back onto your heels. Always breathing. Always finding yourself being able to make yourself solid, strong, well supported, totally in balance. And as you find that for yourself, it's going to extend those palms straight on out. Finding yourself opening up more and more, feeling it through those fingers, those palms, wrists, forearms once again. Bring your weight back onto your heels, playing, enjoying it. Knowing that you're stable, strong, that you can actually allow yourself to rise on up right now. That's it. Let those hands rise. Find yourself lifting, maybe in that smile, growing more. Go ahead and allow those shoulders to reset, readjust in any way that you need to. Remember, you can always move. I want you to always move. I want you to move in a way that you see fit, that feels right for you. Let's go ahead and bring that head all the way back. Take that weight off of your shoulders. Notice what happens when you do. Taking all that pressure off of yourself, finding things opening up, releasing. Take a nice deep breath in, as a matter of fact, and release those hands all the way down to your sides. Fantastic. Let's go and bring ourselves down onto all fours. Hands, knees, nice and wide apart. You want to make sure that you give yourself plenty of room, plenty of space. Get a little background music for myself. Once you're there, you know the deal. Wiggle, squiggle, whatever you need to do. I want you to go ahead and just pay attention to how you feel in this moment. I know we've all had the weekend behind us. We've all been doing things. We've all been enjoying ourselves in our own certain ways. And as we do so, our bodies respond in kind. There's things that might come out of place, things that you're ready to clean up right now. Discover what that is. Even say your intention. What are you ready to do for yourself right here, right now, where you get to feel the best possible? Now, as you're in this position, let's go ahead and begin rotating the shoulders up, back, down, and around. As you do so, once again, you want to open those shoulders up. So literally, I want you to create space in that shoulder joint so that you feel an opening here. Rather than being pinched in together, those shoulder blades into the ears, you want those shoulders as far out as you can. Give yourself that room. Give yourself that space. To be able to make those shifts, to be able to make those changes, to put things back in their place. Let's go ahead and change directions. Now, if you like to, you can always reach out with your back, your ribs, your hips. You know, we're having fun here. We're enjoying ourselves. We're being curious. We're being playful. The more that you can do that, the better that you get to feel. Let's go bring those hands directly underneath our shoulders. And then we're going to begin rocking forward and back. As you're doing so, you bring your head up past your fingertips if you choose to. You're dropping your bottom back down in towards your heels. You're finding more and more flexibility, not just in those wrists, but all throughout yourself. So your fingertips, your palms, wrists, forearms, all the way up into those shoulders, the back line, your thighs, your knees, even all the way down to your very soles. Now, it's interesting, as you drop back, notice if you feel any tension or not. And what you can do, you can actually move your feet outwards or inwards. And as you do so, things will shift. Things will change. You can even try that for yourself. How little or how much do you have to move to allow yourself to feel really good in this position as you go through this motion, as you go through this movement? Play with it. Be willing to do different things. Fantastic. Let's imagine yourself a cat and a ball. And just rolling those ribs up and around, moving around in a circle, finding more flexibility all through those palms, all through those wrists, all the way up through your arms, and to those ribs, shoulders, hips. Just allowing yourself to move in a way that just feels so right. And at the same time, being willing to change that movement up. Be willing to experiment. Be willing to play. Please, please, please. Let's go ahead and bring our weight back onto our feet. Now we're going to go ahead and bring our hands back around, fingers pointed back towards us. Bring the weight back down onto those palms and moving in any direction that you see fit. And now when we come into these more obscure kinds of positions, ways that we don't normally move in our life, we're all going to have our own responses, our own amounts of flexibility. That's true for all parts of our life, isn't it? And as you experience that, notice what things you can do to increase that flexibility for yourself now. Any places where you feel any tension, you can take a moment and let it go. Literally. Breathe into it. Do whatever else that you need to. Let it go. Once you have that, then begin to move again and notice what happens. And notice how many more things that you can let go of as well. How many things that you may have been holding on to that you never even knew. Let's go ahead and bring our weight back onto our knees. We're going to go ahead and flip those hands over to their backside, bringing them down onto the mat. As I think about this, this may be the clearest that you've been able to see me for a long time, huh? You can actually see what I'm doing. Even being up above, it's nice and easy for you to be able to look whenever you need to. Things just become that much clearer for you. And at the same time, because you're willing to listen to yourself, you're able to create that clarity for yourself. Terrific. Bring yourself back onto all fours, hands directly underneath those shoulders. I want you to go ahead and let your head drop all the way down. Literally, drop it all the way down. Let gravity take hold of it. Find yourself able to breathe in and out. As you find your head, you pull down towards the ground, you can find that your spine lengthens. You can find that things begin to already open up. Being in this position, take a nice deep breath in. I want you to rise on up in the cat position. Only go to where you feel comfortable. Once you're there, go ahead and take a moment. Relax your head once again. Let it go. Let gravity take hold. It's all right. And as you do so, you can go ahead and breathe right in between your shoulders. Feel it expand. Feel your breath move on up into that mid-back, down into that lower back, down into your pelvis and your stomach. And as you breathe out, enjoy all of that freedom that you create. Find yourself able to rise higher and higher, easier and easier. Your head becomes heavier and heavier, dropping closer and closer down towards the floor. Your spine lengthens and you find a freedom. It just feels so good. Take a nice deep breath in, rise a little bit higher. As you breathe out, allow yourself to come down into cow position. So your hips going to be arched. Bring your chin on up. Pull your head away from your tailbone. Literally pull your head away from your tailbone so that you lengthen all the way through your spine. Lifting your chin on up, finding yourself up, opening up more and more. You can reach your ribs out to the side, your hips out to the side. Whatever you choose. Please listen to yourself. Enjoy this time to your maximum benefit. Wonderful. Taking a nice deep breath in, allow yourself to rise back on up into cat position. Your head drops down, not much easier, not much lower. You find that your spine lengthens in the most wonderful way. You breathe in, you find that space in your shoulders, mid-back, lower back, down into your pelvis. Things just feel better and better. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Creating all these wonderful sensations for yourself, all this release. You can do that all for yourself. Breathe in, rise. As you breathe out, Bring yourself back down into that cow position. Arch your hips, chin on up, pull your head away from your spine, find yourself lengthening. Maybe that you can breathe and then you can smile that much easier, that much freer. And you're no big deal. You choose to look at life the way that you want to. You choose to feel good. Good, breathe in. Bring yourself into a neutral position. And then we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves onto our backs into foot circles. So you're going to go ahead and bring yourself down onto your back. You're going to extend your right leg nice, long, and lean. Bring yourself down. Your left foot comes on up towards your bottom. You scoop your pelvis in underneath. You're going to go ahead and roll out to one side. Get a shoulder blade underneath. Roll off to the other side. Get that other shoulder blade underneath. Basically, we're shortening all the muscle lines down through that back line. We're putting things in their proper position, where they're supposed to be. You go ahead and push your foot down into the floor, scooping your pelvis in underneath. Once you have that for yourself, bring your hands down by your hip. So you're reaching down. You're going to allow that left knee to float in towards your chest. Bring your hands down, up and around behind that left knee. Having that lovingly, securely, knowing it's not going to go anywhere, I want you to just let go. I want you to relax. You want to relax. Allow yourself to do that right now. Allow yourself just to simply melt into your mat. Melt into the floor. Allow yourself to let go of anything and everything that you choose to. Right now, you're giving yourself a gift of pure health, pure happiness, a letting go. And this gift that you give yourself right now may be the most valuable thing that you can give yourself. Think about how much time you spend caught up in worries, fears, whatever it may be, whatever's clamoring at us at the moment. But think about at those times how much this is exactly what you wanted to feel, how you wanted to be. This was it. And it's simply a matter of teaching yourself, training yourself how to do that easily and naturally, as you are right now. That makes the quality of your life that much better. Life better. Go ahead, extend your left foot. Give yourself a little bit more flexibility. How cool is that? Another great gift. Imagine a perfect circle. Hit your toe on up to it. And allow yourself to go for a ride. That circle, that ankle, that foot just begins to spin around and around. It takes its own time. Moves at its own rate and speed. You find that as it does, you don't have to think about it at all. You find that foot just spins around and around, and you grow more and more flexible with each and every turn, each and every spin. Once again, you give yourself the gift of flexibility, just so you don't even have to think about it. You just simply allow that to happen. As you do so, you can relax your hips, let them go. Relax your lower back. Your shoulders, isn't that wonderful? Your neck, your head, your face. We're going to bring your attention right in between your eyebrows. All your focus right there in between. Relax it. Go inside. Take a nice deep breath into your sinuses. Allow them to expand. Grow. Reverse directions with that foot. Allow it to spin in the other way, gaining even more flexibility than it already had. As you breathe in, notice how that air feels as it moves across your sinuses. As it drops deep down into your belly, your hips. Find yourself relaxing more and more, breathing easier and easier. You gain more and more flexibility by the moment. Enjoy all that. Let's go ahead and extend that left leg out nice, long, and lean. We're going to bring that right foot on up in towards the bottom. You're going to push that right foot into the floor, scooping your pelvis down in underneath. Shoulder blades in underneath, your hands down by your hips. Let your right knee come in towards your chest. You reach up, back, and around behind. Securely locking it on in. Let go, relax, breathe in, breathe out, feel good. It's a great thing, isn't it? It's a great thing to realize that you can do this. When you choose. I'll admit it, it's not always the easiest thing to do. That's why we practice it. Not too long ago, I found myself one day and that conversation didn't go necessarily the best, and I was angry. Oh, I was angry. I could just, I wanted to let go so bad. I just wanted to move on, but you know how it is. Sometimes things kind of bounce around for a while. I need to be able to stretch myself. Take myself to a state of mind where things just are easier. Right now, go ahead and do that for yourself. Stretch your right foot, extend it even longer. Feel that opening up to the shin, top of the foot. Relax, keep all that flexibility. Way to go. Imagine that perfect circle. Any color, texture. Hitch on up, go for that ride. Allow that foot to spin. Allow that ankle to open up. Allow all those kinetic changes that happen as well. All the way through that shin, calf, knee, thigh, hip. Not simply a foot that's moving right now. All the different parts of who you are experiencing shifts, changes, openings, growth. As all that happens, once again, relax your hips, let them go. Feels good, doesn't it? Your lower back, breathe into it, breathe out. Your shoulders, your neck, find yourself able to breathe that much easier. Go ahead and reverse directions with that foot. Continue bringing that relaxation in. Relax your head. Your face. Tension in between your eyebrows, go inside. Imagine dropping that pebble to a clear, beautiful lake. Once that pebble breaks the surface, you see the ripples emanating out. You feel those ripples emanating all the way through you. Enjoy that. Just go ahead and bring your right foot on down to your bottom. Go ahead, bring your left foot on up towards your bottom. Scoop your pelvis in underneath. Make sure that your shoulder blades are underneath, hands on up to your sides. And then allow your knees to drop over to either side, opening on up in a frog pose. Once you're there, go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath. Give yourself a little bit more space, a little bit more lengthening. Bring that pelvis into that neutral position. Imagining yourself in the not too distant future, standing on your own 2 feet and finding that you can put yourself into the same exact position while being in a stand. You're preparing yourself. You're setting yourself up to make things easier and easier, better and better. Now, as you do this, you continue to make those small shifts, those small changes. Scoop your pelvis in underneath. Allow your hips to drop down. Literally feel gravity pushing down on the outsides of your knees. Bring them closer down towards the floor. Allow your hip flexors, those muscles right across the front of the pelvis, in between the thighs. Allow them to relax, let go. We're really going after those in this class, aren't we? They tend to shorten, to get tight. You know, during our travels, I'll let you know, we went to Arizona for a week, and then we went to Seattle for a week. And all throughout that time, every location, we were always traveling around. We were always seeing new things while we were there. So a lot of flying, a lot of driving, a lot of sitting. Sitting makes these buggers tight. You shorten things up. That position that you're holding yourself in for hours on end. Not the healthiest thing to do. And yet we know how to make things, how to change things to a state where you get to feel as good as you do right now. Where you can let go more and more. Breathe in, breathe out, drop a little bit deeper. Be willing to look past, to go further than what you have. I know sometimes it's a little scary. What's it going to feel like? Will it hurt? Sometimes you can surprise yourself and discover that as you let go now, that things can feel good in the ways that you choose to perceive it. Yeah, you may feel a little stretch, a little opening, a little something different. At the same time, you know that you are opening yourself up. You are giving yourself more freedom. Sometimes there's some aches and pains that comes along with that. Growing pains, huh? We never stop growing. It's going to let that left knee come on up towards the ceiling. Then it's going to come on over to that right knee. You're going to take a moment, reset, adjust, make yourself comfortable. It's perfectly fine. Remember, you don't have to just lie there. You don't have to hold yourself in a still position. I want you to be able to move. I want you to be able to do whatever feels best for you. I want you to listen to yourself. You hear it plenty from me, don't you? That's because I mean it. I want you to listen to yourself. Find the ways that you can feel good. As you're in this position, literally pull your knees down away from your head and extend through that left side of your body. Activate that left glute, bring your left hip over towards your right hand so that you're extending all the way through. If you choose to, you can bring your gaze back to your left hand. You can pull your feet back towards your left hand as well. It's that jump for joy, huh? Feel a smile spread across your face. Find yourself able to drop deeper and deeper into this positioning. Find yourself able to stretch and open in the most wonderful way. You know, I definitely hit this position and so many of the things that we did while I was gone. And at the same time, it's never quite the same. When you spend time in a focused way as you do right now, when you take those extra steps that show that you do care about your health, well, you get greater effects. You feel greater shifts. You may even feel that for yourself right now as you let that left knee come on up towards the ceiling, open on up into that frog position, and then your right knee comes on up towards the ceiling, over towards the left. Once you're there, go ahead, shift, do whatever you do. Take a nice deep breath in. Let yourself settle on into the floor. You may even choose to smile. Breathe. Relax that hip, lower back, bring it on out. Shoulders. Pull your knees down away from your head. Activate your right glute, lengthen all the way through that front of your body. Pull your feet back towards your right hand, your gaze back towards your right hand. Jump, leap, smile, breathe. So many things that you can do right now. So many things you can imagine yourself doing. And as you do so, you make new connections. Connections in your body, connections in your mind. Realizing over and over again that you have so much power, so much capability.
We've all got a few years under us, behind us, whatever it may be. There are plenty of times that we never thought that we could feel the way that we feel right now. And yet you do. Even those times that you felt pain, discomfort, injury, whatever it may have been, you don't feel that way right now. And any time else that you find yourself feeling that old way, we all suffer our injuries, right? We have that knowledge that things will change. You're not stuck there. How great is that? You're not stuck. As a matter of fact, go ahead and bring that right knee on up and over. Open on up. Left knee comes on over to the right side. You can open up if you choose to and continue moving at your own rate and speed. Side to side, nice and easy. Take whatever time that you like. If you choose, you can simply just lie there. Open yourself up to greater and greater degrees. Imagine yourself. It's just like when you wake up in the morning, you're lying there in bed and everything's so cozy and it's just like you reach and stretch on out. You'll smile spread across your face, looking forward to this beautiful day. It is a beautiful day, isn't it? The sun is shining so beautifully. A little drizzle came through earlier today, just washing things down. Freshening it on up. Preparing it for you. What goes that? Just go ahead and bring both of those knees on up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to reach your hands down by your hips. Bring those knees on in towards your chest. Give yourself a big old hug. You deserve it. Once again, you can imagine yourself just waking up in the morning. Giving yourself that hug. Feeling your body in all the most wonderful ways. You go ahead and bring your hands down in between your knees. Grab the outside of your feet. Pull yourself back into happy baby. Once you're there, you can pull your legs out in any way that you choose. You can move in any way that you choose. Intention time, why are you here? What do you want to gain out of it? What was the intention that you set at the beginning? What were you ready to change? How's that going for you? I hope you're enjoying all of that. Listen to yourself. Move in the ways that best fulfill your purpose. What makes you happy? How you like to spend your life? And even considering how you spend your life, how you spend your days, how you cherish those moments, how you want to feel during that time, how balanced, how well supported, how flexible. And realize that this time right now is the perfect time to prepare yourself for all of that. And even as you consider what it is that you truly want to have in your life, you find that your body moves in its own way, or maybe not at all. Maybe you're just simply enjoying a time of stillness, a time of peace. That is your choice. Exercise that. And if you're going to work anything out, wouldn't that be the best thing? Exercise your choice, your freedom of choice. Just going to bring both of those feet back on down to your bottom. Extend that right leg out nice, long, and lean. Hands on out to either side. Get those shoulder blades in underneath. Push your left foot down into the floor. Tuck that pelvis in underneath. Getting that pelvis into that neutral position. And you're going to take that right leg. I want you to imagine sitting on a dock, rock, whatever. Beautiful body of water underneath you. Lake, pond, river. Still. I want you to imagine yourself extending that right leg. You can go ahead and do that, actually. Extend that right leg and slowly sweep it over towards your left hand. Imagine yourself just grazing that water. See the ripples that you create. Once that right leg comes across, go ahead and take a moment just to breathe. Breathe into your hips, your pelvis, your lower back. Relax, let go. Shoulders, neck, head, face. Easier and easier. Settling on in. And if you like, you can even extend that right leg over towards your left hand further. Find your gaze turning more to your right hand. Wring yourself out. And slowly bring that right leg back down through. Reaching. Skimming. Extending. Let that right foot come on up to your bottom. Go ahead and extend your left leg. Nice and long. Go ahead and sweep it on down through. Slowly reaching on down. Wonderful. Once you're there, once again, go ahead and breathe. Relax, let go. Feel all those pieces just coming together in the best possible way. You can turn your gaze to your left hand if you want. Wring your spine out. And then slowly let that left foot come back down on through. Extend it, reach it. The further that you can extend that leg, the better you get to feel. The more things open up, the easier things move for you. Extend that right leg. Go ahead and continue at your own rate and speed. And as you like, as you choose, you can always just hang out, relax, extend, lengthen. Whatever you choose. As long as you choose to listen to yourself, then you're doing everything right. Isn't it a good thing to know that you can do things right in this way that bring you this kind of health, this kind of ease? And you can even see yourself moving through your day with this ease, with this grace, this well-being. And even as your legs come up towards that opposing hand, that opposite hand, you gently reach down around that ankle if you like, and even pull that foot up even higher. Find your hips opening up even more. Find yourself opening up even more. Wonderful. Go ahead and bring both of those knees on up in towards the ceiling. You can go ahead and bring those knees in towards your chest. Reach down, up and around behind. Give yourself another hug. You deserve it. Enjoy that. And if you like, you can go ahead and bring those knees, those feet up over your head. Reach up in any direction that you choose. That intention time. Why are you doing it? What do you want to gain? How do you want to feel? And as you consider that for yourself, notice how your body moves all on its own. Notice how things choose to respond to your thoughts. Literally, that's what you're doing. You're allowing your body to respond to your thoughts. The thoughts of what is important to you. Making sure to breathe all the way throughout. Give yourself all that wonderful oxygen. Allow those veins or arteries to expand. Allow all that healing, that health to move through you. While at the same time, allowing your body to purge itself of all the toxins, the tensions, the worries, the concerns. And go ahead, slowly begin rocking forward and back. Slowly easing into it, massaging that spine all the way through. Then go ahead and take a little bit more energy, rocking all the way on up into a sitting position. Grab a nice breath of air there. Enjoy that. And when you're ready, bring yourself on up to your feet. Go ahead and grab yourself a drink of water, and we'll continue on.
funny. Once again, I'm having to imagine you guys making all the shifting around in there and whatnot. So I'm going to make sure to give you a little bit of extra time here, just to make sure everyone gets to the places. At the same time, it helps me to remember what to do, huh? I'm kidding. Yeah, by this time, you guys know everything better than I do, huh? All right. Let's go ahead and continue on. So, what you guys are going to be in behind your chairs. I'm actually going to show you a different way of doing things, right? So what I'll have you guys do, come in behind your chairs. You're going to have your right foot forward. Your left knee is going to come in back in behind. You're going to scoop your pelvis in underneath. So literally, we're stacking all the major joints. You're going to bring that pelvis in underneath. Your shoulder's going to be directly over that hip. Hip straight over the knee. You're going to have your ear right over. So once again, everything's stacked. Gravity's coming straight down through you. For you folks, I'd like you to go ahead and grab the back of your chair. And then what you're going to do, you're going to extend yourself on up into triangle. Bring yourself on up and through. Now I'm going to actually take it to a different place. I'm going to bring my hands all the way down to the floor. You always have that option for yourself if you don't have the chair. The chair is actually a wonderful thing. You get a great stretch into that back line. But I'd like you to do it this time. Let that chair slide up forward. So literally, you're right in behind. Your back's coming down and through. You feel that stretch into the shoulders. Your chest coming down in between. Once you're there, go ahead and pull your right hip away from the back of the chair. And your left hip comes in towards. So you're getting that flexibility into that pelvis, into those hips. Remember, they aren't just one solid piece. You want to have that flexibility. They have to all be able to move in their own special way. Find yourself doing that for yourself right now, really opening on up. Let's go ahead and release the back of the chair. Bring yourself down into this position right here, and then let that left foot slide back. Bring yourself down into runner stretch. Once you're there, go ahead and bring your chest in between your shoulders, chin on up. You can even raise your eyes a little bit higher. You can breathe in nice and deep. And as you breathe out, find yourself opening up more and more. Things become easier and easier. Be curious, how much more can I actually expand? How much more can I grow? How much more can I open up to this moment right here, right now? And as you consider that, as you think that, let yourself do that. Terrific. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring that left hip in underneath so that we're looking over our right knee. So we're getting into that IT bend now. All through that left rib, into the hip, comes down into the thigh, across the knee, all the way down to your very soul. By taking yourself into this position, you're repositioning. You hear that? Actually moving things back into the proper place. When our hip flexors get tight, it ends up, it pulls that IT band forward, which creates tension problems in throughout the knee. Right here, you're readjusting. You're letting that hip open up more and more. Let's bring yourself back into runner stretch. Then we're going to go ahead and extend that right leg. Rotate off to your left-hand side, keeping that back raised. Once you're there, lock those hamstrings out. Take a nice deep breath in, and then you can release. Drop all the way down in through. Bring that chest in between. And breathe. Hand that head over to gravity. Let it hang even lower. And as you do so, you can feel your spine lengthen more and more. Space being created between each and every one of those vertebrae. Breathe into that back line, down to that lower back. Release it, let go, drop closer down the floor. Then you go ahead and put a bend in your knees. Bring your hands up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a standing position. You're going to turn your feet slightly out, let your pelvis continue in underneath. Chin comes on up, raise your chest, take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, smile, let everything settle on in. Bring yourself all the way back on up to a standing position. Walk those feet on in. Wonderful. Let's go and bring yourself back in behind our chairs. This time you're going to have your left foot forward.
Your right knee is going to come back in behind. You're going to scoot that pelvis in underneath. Our hands are going to come down, or excuse me, you're out on the back of the chair. Your hands are coming to the back of the chair. Go ahead and making sure that everything's stacked. Bring that smile on your face just for the heck of it. There you go. Having that, go ahead and extend yourself on up into that triangle position. Nice little opening there, and then let that chair slide on forward so that your chest comes down in between those shoulders. And once you're there, you can go ahead and pull that left hip away from the back of the chair. Your right hip comes on in towards it. Again, getting nice and deep into that pelvis. You know, I definitely have been feeling some things because I haven't been able to stay as regimented as you guys have. Things shift, things change. Get some tightness, some tension. And at the same time, it's all right. I know that we change. We can change for the better. Go ahead and let that right foot slide on back. Oh, yeah, there we go. Release back the chair. Right foot slides on back. I imagine I'm right there with you once again. Bring that chest on through. Bring yourself on up in a runner stretch. Chest on up, chin on up, eyes up even higher, open up more and more. That's a great thing. I get to do this without a mask. You can see a smile. I wish I could see your guys right now. Breathing in, opening up more and more. Let's go ahead and bring that right hip in underneath, looking over your left knee, getting into that IT band once again, into those right ribs, that hip, thigh, knee, all the way down to your sole. Once again, when these hip flexors get tight, it pulls that hip around. Once that hip comes around, it creates tension all throughout our limbs. Opening it up in the way that you have been, taking care of yourself in these wonderful ways, you reposition things where it's loose, where it's comfortable. Sometimes you have to go through a little bit of discomfort to feel even better. That's perfectly fine. Breathe through it, smile through it. Bring yourself back in a runner stretch. We're going to go ahead and extend our left leg nice and straight. You're going to rotate off to the right-hand side, keeping your back on up. Once you're there, go ahead and lock your knees on out. And then you're going to let your chest just drop down on in between. Hand your head back on over to gravity. Let your spine lengthen. Let yourself drop in deeper and deeper. You take that right hand, bring it over to your left foot. Open up to those right ribs. Anywhere else that you, in particular, choose to experience for yourself. You can take your left hand, bring it on over to your right foot. Open up those left ribs. Do what feels right for you in this moment. We're going to go ahead and bring yourself back to the middle. Let yourself extend. Then you go ahead and bring a bend into your knees. Hands on up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a staying position. Once you're there, turn your feet outwards. You're going to let your pelvis come in underneath, shoulder blades rolling down and back, chin on up. Let that body drop right on into place. Smiles. You're going to bring yourself all the way on up to a standing position. Walk those feet on in. Go ahead and grab yourself a drink of water. Put your chairs away, whatever you need to do. Give you a few moments and then we'll be back on in.
Be back. Now it turns out this was a good thing anyway. I need to be able to find a way to be able to connect with you guys whenever I'm out of town and whatnot. So today's been a great learning experience for that. I hope that it's working out really well for you. If you have if there's any questions or whatnot, always feel free to let Avis know. I'm going to give her a quick call at the end of this. So if there's anything that I can change to make things easier for you, we have one more day that we're going to do it this way on Wednesday. So if there's any suggestions, comments, let her know, and then that way I'll know what to do for you guys on Wednesday. But once again, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday in person. Yay! All right, we're going to continue on with the yoga aspect of things. So let's go ahead and walk ourselves all the way down. Bring yourself out into downward dog. Once you're there, go ahead and reach those hips on out, reach those ribs on out. Marching on out, whatever feels right for you. Starting to build up that energy. Making sure to take those nice, wonderful breaths in, enjoying all these different aspects of who you are. You bring those hands in a little bit closer. Remember, when we come in that plank position, have those hands in close to get that support from your elbows. Having your hands on in, bring yourself forward into that plank position. Then you're going to rotate those elbows in. As you bring your body down, catch your body in those elbows. Bring yourself all the way down to the floor. Wonderful. Hands down by your chest. You're going to go ahead and push your hands down into the floor, which drop the shoulder blades into the back line. Allow yourself to rise on up into Cobra. If you like to, you can push your toes down so that your chest comes in more between those shoulders. Pull your head away from your tailbone. Literally, feel yourself extending all the way through your spine. You bring your chin up a little bit higher, your gaze a little bit higher. You can turn your knees out if you like, opening up through that pelvis. So many places, so many ways to find freedom inside of yourself right now. Bring your gaze up, turn your gaze off to your right-hand side. Over to your left. Forward, all the way on up. Really feel that wonderful extension all the way through that front line. Nice breath in as you breathe out. Bring yourself all the way down. Take a moment here. Reset. Make sure you feel comfortable. Activate your core. Go ahead and press down and back. Allow yourself to rise back on up in a downward dog. Wonderful. We're going to continue on from here. We're going to bring that right foot up to our right hand. Our left foot rotates out to the side. Our hip comes in underneath to support our body. Our hands reaching back. Activate your core. Rise on up into Warrior One. Wonderful. Now, while you're in this position, push your feet down and out. Lock your feet into the floor. That's going to get that pelvis to come in and underneath, supporting your body even that much more. Allowing yourself to be free on the upper aspect of your body. You have that lower body supporting you. Everything else moves as easily and naturally as you choose to. We're going to go ahead and we're going to dive all the way down. Once again, hands in close together. Rotate those elbows in. Ride them down. Press your hands down into the floor. Drop the shoulder blades. Rise on up. Cobra. Wonderful. Find that extension more and more. Open up that chest. Bring your chin on up, your gaze on up. Smile a little bit more if you like. Bring yourself back on down into plank. Reset. Activate your core. Press down and back so that you rise on up in a downward dog. Bring those hips up a little bit higher. Bring yourself on up to your toes. Imagine on a balloon side to your tailbone, and things become lighter, easier. You feel better and better. We're going to bring that left foot up to our left hand. Our right foot rotates. Left hip comes in underneath, reaching back. Activate your core. Rise on up and down into Warrior One. Once again, push your feet down and out. Lock yourself into the floor. Give yourself that solid foundation. Make life easy for yourself. You have that power. You have that ability. Let's go ahead and dive down on through. Hands in close together. Rotate those elbows in. Ride them down to the ground. Press down and back. Rise on up.
Find that length, that extension, growing more and more. Bring yourself down. Reset, press down and back. Rise on up in the downward dog. We step forward with that right hand to right foot. Our left foot rotates. Hands come back. Activate your core. Rise on up into Warrior One. Push those feet down and out. Lock yourself in. Wonderful. From here, we move into Warrior Two. Pull those hands apart, away from each other. Open up those shoulders, that shoulder joint. We're going to go ahead and flip that front hand. Bring yourself back into reverse warrior. Once you're here, relax that shoulder blade so literally you can feel things dropping down into that back line. We're not looking to stretch things more. We're actually looking to give yourself more space, to relax things. From here, we bring the right elbow down onto our right thigh. Pull your head away from your left foot and away from the shoulder. You don't want to be scrunched down into it. You want to give yourself that freedom, that space. Let things have room to move. Once you're there, go ahead and bring that left hand on up towards the ceiling. Get it around here. Left hand on up towards the ceiling. Imagine yourself holding onto those balloons and find yourself growing, lengthening all the way to that left side. Bring your right hand all the way down to the floor. Keep that extension. Keep that length for yourself. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, that left hand comes up, over, and forward. Extend all the way through that left side of your body. Your left hand, left foot pulling apart from each other. Feel those hips, those ribs opening. Nice breath in. As you breathe out, bring yourself back into Warrior Two. Then we're going to go ahead and dive all the way down through. Remember, hands in close together, elbows rotate in, ride them down. Press down into the floor, shoulder blades drop, you rise into Cobra. Allow yourself to come all the way down, reset, push down into the floor, pushing back into Downward Dog. Fantastic. We're going to step forward with that left foot to left hand. Right foot rotates, left hip in and around. Activate your core, rise on up into Warrior One. Lock your feet into the floor, press down and out. Terrific. From there, moving into Warrior Two. Extending, lengthening. Let's go ahead and flip that front hand. We're going to bring it back into reverse warrior. Let that left shoulder relax down and back. We're going to bring that left elbow down onto our left thigh. Pull that head away from your right foot, away from that shoulder. Remember, we want to lift, we want to grow. Bring that right hand on up towards the ceiling. Allow that to happen. Your left hand comes down to the floor, stacking both of those arms, one on top of another. Breathe in. As you breathe out, your right hand comes up, over, and forward. Lengthening all the way to that right side of your body. Enjoy all of that. Nice breath in. Bring yourself back into Warrior Two. We're going to go ahead and straighten out that front leg. Come on up and out of it. All right, great job, guys. Go ahead and grab your maces or whatever apparatus that you're using. I have maces here at home, so I'll grab mine and we'll be right back in a moment. I had to go hunt for mine. we had Thanksgiving over at our place, and the missus put them all away. By the way, once again, welcome to my home. It's really a pleasure to have all you guys here. It's always interesting when you bring other people into your life this way. You can thank Annalise for all the wonderful decorating in here.
She likes foofy things. She likes her blankets, her pillows, and all that stuff. That's all great for me. It makes me nice and comfy in here. All right, so let's dive on into it. What do we got left here? We've got a little bit less than 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and pull yourself up nice and tall. We're going to get into those gluteal contractions. So once again, the whole purpose of this, now that you can actually see me, I know that things are nice having it nice and dim the way that you guys are right now. And at the same time, actually getting the visual cues, it's not always there for you. What we're looking to do is to actually get that pelvis so that it scoops in that neutral position so that our upper torso is fully supported in the pelvis the way that it's supposed to, rather than the aversion from all the sitting and whatnot, right? What I was talking about earlier, when our pelvis tilts, now all of a sudden our belly just spills on over and we get the badunkadunk. We don't want the badunkadunk. Get it on in there. Get things in the proper place. What we're going to do, we're going to relax our stomach, our hip flexors, lower back, glutes, let everything go for a moment. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine yourself back in that frog position. So you may have to open up your stance a little bit wider. Let your pelvis come in underneath. Imagine your hips opening on up. Find yourself just allowing yourself to lean back a little bit more, coming back onto your heels if you choose. Feeling all that relaxation, all that support. Go ahead and activate your lower glutes. Bring that pelvis in on underneath. Nice and tight. Allowing those hips to open on up, making sure those hip flexors, right in between the pelvis and the thighs, that area is relaxed and loose. And release. Let's go on in for 2. Pulling yourself up taller and taller. Remember, we want to bring that the torso up out of the pelvis. If you're just relaxed down in, that means you're loading it. It's difficult for it to move. Lift yourself up and discover that things move that much easier for you. Relax. And one last time, nice and tight. Really locking it on in. And release. Keeping this position, maintaining this strength. I want to find that lift. Grab your mace, then you're going to bring it up, back in, around, behind. Once you're there, make sure everything's set. Your pelvis, core is activated, shoulders, chin on up. Then allow the mace to swing side to side. There you go. And once again, let those shoulder blades release, relax, rock with each and every swing. Feeling better and better, easier and easier, going deeper and deeper, letting things shift, stabilize, be exactly where it's supposed to be. Wonderful. Go ahead and let it come to a standstill. Bring the mace in towards the back of your head. Extend those elbows on out to the side. Now, as you do so, once again, make sure everything's set, activated the way it should be. And then let those shoulder blades relax deeper and deeper. Even as you're pulling towards the back of your head, you find that the shoulder blades can actually release. Drop. Breathe. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and reach back and around behind. You're going to bring that mace on forward. Once again, get yourself set so that everything's stacked, everything's strong. Just change the grip on your mace, then bring it up back and around, keeping yourself lifted. So you want to make sure you're not bending the body. Once you're there, go ahead and lock everything in. Let it swing. Side to side. Let those shoulder blades drop deeper and deeper into that back line. There you go. Fantastic. Then let it come to a standstill. Reset. Pull the mace in towards the back of the head. Let those elbows go on out to the side. Fantastic. Let it come on down through. We're going to go straight into squats. That's what's going to be finishing up for us. So go ahead and pull yourself up nice and tall. Wonderful. And then remember, as we're going through this, you're going to keep your weight back on your heels. You're going to keep that chest lifted as high as you can. Being in that position right now, let's go ahead and bring yourself up. First off, activate those glutes. Sorry. Activate those glutes. Make sure everything's nice and tight. You're going to want those glutes activated as much as you can. Go ahead and bring yourself on down through, keeping the weight back onto your heels. Activate those glutes. Bring yourself back on up, switching off to the other side. Keeping those glutes nice and tight. Keeping your chest on up, chin on up. Moving on through.
Keep the weight back onto your heels, keeping the pressure out of your knees. You find that you move easily, smoothly. You don't even have to think about it. You can breathe and simply enjoy that. Now, the great thing is you guys are all looking up towards me right now. Now, as you do, notice how it is having your vision up rather than looking down. Notice how much easier things do become for you. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do just a couple more of these. Get all of that for yourself. Last one right here. Bring on up and relax. Fantastic. Go ahead and put your maces off to the side. Nice and safe. No mouse traps. I remember these. All right. Let's go and bring ourselves down onto our mats into child's pose. Once again, knees nice and wide. You can go ahead and reach, extend. Find yourself opening up all through that back line, letting your chest come down in between those shoulders. Considering all the ways that you have helped yourself today. Allow yourself to feel better and better. Thank yourself for that. Commend yourself for that. Commend yourself for these past couple weeks and how you guys took your own health into your own hands. You really did. Give yourself credit for it. As you do so, I want you to walk off to your right-hand side. Bring your hands up to the right side, opening up those left ribs. I want you to think about, once again, 3 things that you're grateful for. And you can be grateful for yourself. And those people that you're in that room with right now, you guys chose to continue on. You guys chose to take care of yourself. Be grateful for that and all the wonderful changes that you've gotten to encounter. Walk yourself off to your left-hand side. Open up those right ribs. I want you to think about 3 things that are going to make today fantastic. Also, this was definitely one of them for me. I missed you guys. I mean that. As you think about those things, allow that smile to blossom across your face. Walk yourself back into child's pose. Find yourself lengthening even more. Bring yourself on up into cat position. So on up into all fours. Let your back rise on up. Affirmation time. With the same certainty that you know that the sun is going to rise tomorrow. Literally, tell yourself, answer this question. Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? I'm asking you that. Answer that for yourself. Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? Yes. With that same certainty, I want you to give yourself your daily affirmation. Complete this sentence. I am happy, healthy, handsome, beautiful, confident, charismatic, whatever you want to be. I want you to say that with the same certainty as you know that the sun is going to shine tomorrow. It's going to rise tomorrow. I am. Enjoy all that certainty. Know all that certainty. Bring yourself back onto your knees. Allow your hands to rise on up towards the ceiling. Find yourself extending, lengthening, growing even more. Bring yourself back to that state of gratefulness. Grateful for yourself, for all the things that you've done to take care of yourself, your health, your happiness, your well-being. Grateful for all the people in that room with you that join you on this journey. And once again, I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. Thank you. Breathe in as you breathe out. Let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Ladies, and if there's a gentleman in there, thank you so very, very much. And I was really looking forward to this. I hope that you guys have had a great couple of weeks. I hope that things continue. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We're going to have one more class like this. So on Wednesday, I'll be doing this once again. And then on Friday, I'll be back in there with all of you. So I hope that you guys have a terrific day. I'll go ahead and I'll let you check on out. We'll see you next time, guys. Aloha.